right, welcome back to American Sunrise, this Freedom Friday. I'm Dr. Gina. We are so happy you joined us this morning. We invite you to get in our conversation on YouTube, Getter, and Rumble. It is time now to take a look at the political pulse of America. The beat today goes a little something like this. Fulton County officials are now slamming the FBI and Justice Department, claiming federal agents omitted key details when securing a warrant to seize 2020 ballots. But their new court filing reads less like a factual rebuttal and more like an attempt to deflect from their own history of election problems. The county argues the FBI cited routine human errors, yet they ignore the long pattern of mismanagement that made Fulton County sort of a national flashpoint in the first place. They even dismiss the credible witnesses, including White House advisor Kurt Olson, while downplaying prior irregularities already documented. A judge will decide next week whether these ballots are returned. Joining us now with reaction is the host of Cowboy Logic here on RAV, Donna Fiducia. Donna, I can't talk about voter fraud or even fixing it without saying free Tina Peters, gosh darn it. I know that wasn't the topic, but holy cow. I thought this would be done once and for all, and I'm so afraid I'm afraid this Gold Star mom will die there, Donna.
Yeah, and Kurt Olson was her attorney as well. These are serious issues, and a lot of people are saying with Tina is she could be called as a federal witness, which would let her be released. Yes. Tina did exactly what she was supposed to do, and not Jenna Griswold, who let these passcodes out for months on the internet. I mean, and she's running for attorney general in Colorado, but don't get me started. Here in Fulton County, which isn't far from where we are, I think the elections need to be taken over by the state. I watched the state Board of Elections meetings that were going on all day for the last couple of days. And it's like, how do you even stay awake for this? What they're doing is they're looking at individual problems, and true, those are only misdemeanors, but they're trying to build up to the bigger picture. Here's the thing. Fulton County is supposed to have 2 Republicans on that board. They have one. The other person who's been trying to get on that board is a guy who's been on Cowboy Logic and all over RAV as well, Jason Frazier. They won't put him on. They have been sued. They have been ordered by the judge to put on the second Republican. They've been fined $10,000 a day, and they still refuse to do anything. I mean, it's unbelievable. So Sally Grubbs, our good friend who is on that board, she actually asked that Rat's ass booger gets subpoenaed, and he has been subpoenaed. We'll see what happens if he does not show up, or if he does show up, what happens. But what are they so afraid of? They're bringing in their heavy hitters, you guys. They're bringing in Norm Eisen, Abby Lowell. These were the big-time lawyers that came in, celebrity lawyers, really, if you will, from the left. And they didn't really threaten the judges. They didn't have to. But all of a sudden, for the last 4 or 5 years, these judges all kind of said, well, okay, I'm not going to hear this. So to me, it's intimidation. But we finally have one judge who is letting this go on. This is a process, and we'll see what happens. But the fact that Fulton County is now being sued $10,000 a day, and they're just saying, screw you, we're not going to do this. They bashed the FBI. The county claimed the magistrate judge who approved the warrant was previously investigated, which is a bunch of BS as well. There have been 60 plus cases. Yes, that's true. But most people, the low information voter, doesn't realize those 60 cases were never even heard. They were just dropped. And that's what should happen in this case from the left. This should be that they have no standing, and this needs to continue on, because it's about time that we see the paper, the ballots. That is the proof. And so far, that has not been done really anywhere. So
Donna?
Let it go. The ballots, the paper, that's the proof.
So here's the thing. President Trump has said he thinks that elections should be nationalized in some of these areas. So, for example, you're saying you think the state needs to take over from Fulton County. But he's taking it much further than that. He's saying that when there are problems in these counties, that it should be the national government, that it should be nationalized. What do you make about that? Now, that I'm sorry, I'll just say it right here. That should not happen.
No,
but
I agree.
What do you think?
No, I agree. That definitely should not happen. Now, in federal elections, like for the state and the Congress, I'm sorry, for governor, that's state, obviously. But for president, for Congress and Senate, those are federal elections. And I do believe the federal government can oversee that. But the SAVE Act that they're trying to push through, and Leader Thune is just dragging his feet on everything here, will require more ID. And if they have the Critical Infrastructure Act, which is already in place, and Jovan Pulitzer has talked about that on our show, it's already in place. The president could order the entire country to re-register to vote, wipe the voter rolls clean, and that can be done right now, and it actually is better than the SAVE Act. I wish somebody would get that to President Trump, but that was put into place many years ago. It's already there. The Critical Infrastructure Act, he, again, could tell everybody, re-register to vote, and you can't be called racist if the whole country has to re-register. And I think that will clean the voter rolls. You know, none of this, well, if you get married, your name changes, you could be registered under two names. You know, it just gets too too in the weeds and takes too much time. And that's really what they're trying to do. They're trying to drag it out. And I think Leader Thune is right at the top of it, unfortunately.